on it if you want your Birkin. Oh baby, you be lying in your verses. I be here and say you buying them purses. I can't even lie, you ain't my type. You ain't even know that fine in person.
What's up guys, it's the Athlete Podcast, and today we have a very special video ranking the top 8 most underrated defenders in the NBA. In today's NBA, defense can be very underrated, but really is crucial to winning games and championships. The rankings will be based on the 2019-2020 season that is currently postponed due to the virus. Before we get started, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and let's get on to the list. So coming in at number 8, we have Suns small forward Mikal Bridges. Known as the praying mantis, Bridges uses his long athletic frame to his advantage, guarding players much bigger than himself, but also has the quickness to defend many guards as he is very agile despite his 6'7" frame. His ability to avoid screens and read plays is what makes him stand out, especially in a defensive lacking team like the Suns. This season, Bridges is averaging 1.4 steals per game and 0.6 blocks with his 1.7 net rating, which is pretty impressive considering how low the net ratings are for the Suns. For a guy that barely gets talked about, Bridges is an excellent defensive talent and should be watched for in the future. Moving to number 7, we have Gary Harris. The former 19th overall pick in the 2014 draft has used his quick hands, footwork, and tenacity to cause turnovers and contest shots at a high level this season. As a result, Harris is posting up very solid defensive numbers such as a 107.1 defensive rating, 1.4 steals per game, and a plus 3.4 net rating, meaning the Nuggets play better when Harris is on the court. Most impressive though is his real defensive plus-minus, which is ranked number 1 of all shooting guards with a rating of 1.88. Although Harris has taken a decrease in his offensive usage, he's still very crucial to the Nuggets' success throughout the season. Harris has developed the reputation of being a solid defender in the past few seasons, but it's clear to say that he's far better than just solid on the defensive end. Harris strives when facing against guards but comfortably guard forwards with poor ball control. Harris might not show up in highlight reels, he's quickly becoming one of the best guard defenders in the league. It's a shame he couldn't defend Jamal Murray's Instagram account. At number 6, we have Donte DiVincenzo. The Bucks this season have been on a defensive tear with 6 players out of the top 20 in defensive rating coming out from Milwaukee. It's no surprise that DiVincenzo is on the list. The 17th pick of the 2018 draft has really improved his game compared to last season, and his stats definitely show this as a result. DiVincenzo has been really impressive in regards to screens. Of the 141 players that have defended at least 300 ball screens this season, no player allows fewer points per possession than DiVincenzo at 0.915. He switches off a ball screen only 13.1% of the time, which is the second lowest switch frequency of those same 141 players. DiVincenzo ranks 17th in steals per game and boasts a 2.7 defensive plus-minus rating in just 23 minutes per game. It's incredible to see DiVincenzo put up those numbers with not even starter minutes. DiVincenzo plays defense with a lot of hustle as he posts up 2.3 deflections per game and forces fellow guards to just shoot 41% against him. Although DiVincenzo may not look like the most intimidating defender, he's definitely not a player to mess with. It's clear to say that in the next few years, DiVincenzo will mold himself into a very solid defensive player similar to Klay Thompson. At number 5, we have no other than the man himself, Ogugua Anunoby Jr., or commonly known as OG Anunoby. The Raptors forward this season has become an elite rim protector with the ability to defend many wing players on the perimeter. To begin with, OG boasts a 105.5 defensive rating, which is better than players like Rudy Gobert, Anthony Davis, and Ben Simmons. In addition to that, he averages 1.4 steals, 0.7 blocks, and 4.2 defensive rebounds per game in 30 minutes this season, which is very impressive for a third-year player. Although he didn't quite fill up the most improved player that many thought he would, his defensive ability has increased tremendously. OG plays the game with a very high IQ and uses the athletic frame to his advantage. There are not many better 1v1 defenders on the perimeter than OG. His strength, length, and athleticism make it a nightmare for anyone trying to score on him. With the departure of Kawhi Leonard, this gives a great opportunity for OG to fill in that gap and try to finish the missing piece of the puzzle that the Raptors lost in the offseason. If filled to his potential, OG can be one of the best defenders in the NBA in near time, and anybody that watches the Raptors should recognize how impactful this young talent really is. Coming in at number 4, we have Orlando Magic youngster Jonathan Isaac. This season, Isaac has been playing finally to the level that many fans expected him to, especially on the defensive end. The 6'11 forward can guard anyone from the 1 to 5, which is a very rare trait unless you're Ben Simmons. Isaac fits the definition of a demigod. Despite being a near 7-footer, his quickness can adjust to guards, and his 7.1 wingspan is used to strip and block balls with ease. As a result of his insane athleticism, Isaac this season is averaging a ridiculous 1.6 steals and 2.4 blocks, in addition with a 5.2 defensive rebounds per game. Also, Isaac is ranked 7th in defensive rating and ranked 5th in defensive plus-minus for all power forwards in the NBA. I seriously believe Isaac doesn't get the respect that he deserves, but fans will soon realize how good of a defensive player Jonathan Isaac is when he starts blocking and stealing the ball from everyone's favorite player. Our third candidate, we have Chris Dunn. This guy is the true definition of underrated because he simply is one of the best guard defenders, if not the best in the whole league. After suffering a terrible knee injury, Dunn came back with a grudge and has been tearing the league up with his crazy defensive performances. He compares himself to Tony Allen because he can guard the 1 to 3 and sometimes the 4 if required. Despite being only 6'4", he uses high basketball IQ and hustle to match up against taller wing players. It's truly impressive to see how hard he works to be a successful defensive player in the NBA, especially after all the injuries he faced throughout his career. This season, Dunn is ranked 4th in deflections, 2nd in steals, and is in the top 100 for defensive rating despite being on a struggling Bulls. In addition, Chris Dunn is ranked 3rd in defensive plus-minus for small forwards right behind LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard. If this season were to continue, there should be no doubt that Chris Dunn would be included in an all-defensive team due to his incredible comeback season he's having. Chris Dunn is the true definition of hard over height and will lock down many small forwards in the league. Moving on to our number 2 spot, we have Trailblazers big man Hassan Whiteside. After struggling with Miami the past few seasons, Hassan finally found his home in Portland. Accompanying the talented duo McCollum and Lillard, Hassan has been a rebounding machine and has filled injured Nurkic's spot with ease. To begin with, Hassan is one of the league's best defenders in the paint, leading the leagues in blocks with 3.1 per game and is ranked 4th in defensive rebounds with 11. He also allows less points in the paint than Rudy Gobert, Andre Drummond, Joel Embiid, and Clint Capella to name a few. Hassan is also ranked 2nd in block percentage with 69% and right behind 2-time Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert. Although Hassan gets criticized for being lazy and reckless on defense, the big man has been doing an excellent job of defending the paint, which is resulting in success for Portland as he boasts a 2.3 positive net rating, meaning Portland plays better when he is on the court. In addition, it's common for Whiteside's defense to get criticized when the starters of Carmelo, Lillard, and McCollum rarely play defense at all. This ranking could be a shock to many Whiteside haters, but he really has been putting up Defensive Player of the Year level numbers, and to top it off, he eats with his hands.
Eat with my hands.
Eat with the hands talk.
Hummus talk. Habibi talk.
Yalla Kifa. Hummus talk.
They forgot I played in Lebanon. What you know about that hummus?
And finally, coming in at number 1, we have none other than Brook Lopez. I would have never thought that Lopez would develop into an extremely solid defender this season, but he has easily been an all-defensive candidate, and his numbers support that. As mentioned before, Bucks defense this season has been incredible, and one of the main reasons because of this man right here. To begin with, Lopez is ranked 2nd in blocks with 2.4 blocks per game, and he contests the most 2-point shots in the league with 16 per game, and also allows the lowest field goal percentage at the rim with 47% in the whole league. And although Lopez may not grab a lot of rebounds, he is responsible for allowing other teammates to grab them for him. In fact, Lopez leads the Bucks in box outs with 4, which is a quarter of the whole team's box out stats, and the Bucks collect 88% of the rebounds when Lopez actually boxes the ball out. Lopez also has a 99.5 defensive rating, which is top 5 in the NBA, and is ranked 3rd for defensive plus-minus for all centers with a rating of 1.95. It's no surprise that the Bucks play better when Lopez is on the court, as he carries an impressive 12.4 net rating. Overall, Lopez has been one of the most impressive paint beasts in the NBA and should really get the recognition he deserves from all NBA fans, as he's a vital reason for the Bucks' success this season. And that's going to conclude our top 8 most underrated defensive players of the 2019-2020 season. If you want a part 2, make sure to like the video and don't forget to share and subscribe.